The Elite Sports Forum, serving Suffolk County sports community. It's about time. Get back in
the game. Brought to you by Telecare, Friends of Long Island Wrestling, and Elite Sports Medicine.
Move by move. Point by point. Match by match. It's the Long Island High School Wrestling Championships.
Welcome to the Elite Sports Forum. I'm Andy Slauson. Tonight I'm joined by Eastport South Manor coach Bob McIntyre, Brentwood coach Ralph Napolitano, and of course the athletic director from Shoreham Wading River, Paul Jindruski. Tonight on the Elite Sports Forum, we're going to see highlights of both Division I and Division II Suffolk County Wrestling Championships from Stony Brook University. And Bob McIntyre of Eastport South Manor, for the first time ever, New York State and each section splits into two divisions. Bob, you coach one of the Division II teams, Eastport, to the championship. Tell us your thoughts on the split of Division I and Division II.
You know, Andy, this was a great opportunity for my kids this year to get out and wrestle, do what they love doing, but do it at a much higher level. They get to compete in the county tournament, and if they win that tournament, they get to wrestle upstate. It was real exciting, and I think on the East End, some of these small schools never really had that opportunity, didn't see the vision of, yes, I can win the county tournament, and I can go compete upstate. This year's a great time to do it, and we're happy to be a part of it.
And Ralph, the big schools, which you're involved in, Brentwood, you know, you got to see some great matches. You didn't really get to see too much of the Division II tournament because you're so busy coaching. Your take on what you saw this weekend?
Well, Andy, there was some great wrestling, you know, especially, you know, from the Division I guys that we knew, and, you know, we anticipate a lot of great matchups. I was just real happy to see how, you know, at first I didn't think the Division I, the Division II thing was going to work out that well, but I thought it was a great weekend for wrestling. A lot of kids got a chance to participate and earn all county honors. There was a lot more parents in the stands than there ever was, and I was real happy, and I think it's a great thing for wrestling, especially on Suffolk County.
And Paul, your take on this?
I love it, Andy. I just, county time, you see the old faces in the stands. They come back out of nowhere and reacquaint yourself with some old friends, but look at this place. It was packed with people, and kids were so enthusiastic. I love seeing the Division II set up, especially since Shoreham will be there next year. And I just thought it was a great move on the part of the New York State. I think it was about time that they offered other kids the opportunity to go upstate as in other sports.
I think it was a fantastic opportunity for other kids to get exposed. We had a record 4,800 people at this year's Suffolk County Finals. A lot of that brought in because you did have two divisions. A lot more kids from each school not only participated but came to watch their friends. So obviously you have a lot more parents, and I just think anytime you give more kids the chance to wrestle, more coaches the chance to coach, it's better for the sport.
It's exciting, Andy, and even for the parents who never had the opportunity to watch that form, and they're not from the old school. They're new parents with young kids. They haven't been around the sport their whole lives. They don't understand the old format that we grew up with. So for them, their kid wins that title, their kid's going upstate, they're a county champion, and that's the way they're looking at it. So it's exciting.
And in Division II, in the 96-pound final, Mike Castellano of John Glenn in the black singlet, and in the red singlet, Chris Morbillo of Mount Sinai. And right now, it is the first period. And Bob, take us through some of the highlights.
Well, you know, Morbillo, he's a real tough kid. He comes from a wrestling family. He's well coached. Matty Armstrong and Kurt Wagner been working with him all season. They look for big things. They think he's got a real good shot at winning this and maybe going upstate. Tough with the legs. He's real long and lanky. Likes to use the cradle.
Hey, he's riding the legs pretty good. He's a little high over there. I think if Castellano could get his hips up a little bit, maybe shake through, he's going to come out on top.
Relentless wrestling on part of Mike. He kept going and trying to get out of that long, lengthy body of Morbillo. But in the end, he really kept working hard and proved that he was going upstate to do some damage. That's nice. Oh, he almost got that switch.
Morbillo
There's a clasp right there.
Morbillo riding tough on top.
Yeah, he looks good. Castellano, he was part of the kid wrestling program in Glenn, and he's only an 8th grader. He's a young kid,
Wow.
so he's looking real good here. And,
Yeah, he made an 8th grade mistake there on stand-up by Castellano. He kind of pulled him on top of him. You know, that's definitely a mistake that is definitely correctable, and I don't see Morbillo doing that in the future.
No, definitely not.
And here, Castellano tries to control Morbillo. Morbillo on the stand-up.
Again, the control wasn't there, and again, Mike Marino and Darren Sicoli has brought that program, has really been working hard with it. Again, kid wrestling, a big part of Glenn, and we look for that whole team to be a force in the future.
Tom Gioromita and the Blue Waves Kid Wrestling program has done an outstanding job helping some of these younger Glen kids develop as they come up to the high school, and you're starting to see the fruits of that labor now.
Yeah, Castellano attacking both sides right here. He was attacking the one side, chops to the other side. Morbillo's a strong base right here, but Castellano seems like he's riding him pretty tough. He's on his toes. And there it is.
And that ends the match. And Mike Castellano of John Glenn wins a 9-3 decision to win the first ever Division II title in Suffolk at 96 pounds. And there the capacity crowd at Stony Brook.
Greg Sarah here with Mike Castellano of John Glenn. Congratulations to the 96-pound champion, the first 96-pound champion in Division II Suffolk County. And how does that make you feel?
Feels good. Just a lot of hard work this year. Going to practice every day and doing extra on my own is working hard and paid off.
Now, Mike, you won 9-3 here in the final. You did a great job against Chris Morbillo. And I got to ask you a question. You wrestled the whole match with your hand wrapped, your left hand, and let's take a look at that. You have 7 stitches in there, opening soup can, you say.
Yep. I don't know. It's kind of stupid, but still taped it up and it was fine.
Did it hinder your performance at all?
Not really, because I had a whole week to recover from it, so it was fine.
You did a great job. Good luck upstate.
All right, thank you.
Mike Castellano, John Glenn High School, Division II, 96-pound champion.
And a 103-pound Division II final pitched Graham Mitchell of Mount Sinai versus Hugh McKenna of Port Jeff.
This guy went out like a ball of fire against this kid. He looked like he was ready for this. Again, Mount Sinai sent 4 or 5 kids to the finals. What a nice addition to the program.
There's a nice high crotch right there.
Finish it,
Didn't
though.
finish. Got extended, backs out. Still controlling the wrist. Nice job.
Yeah, Mikic and McKenna, both real tough competitors. Mikic's been working with Coach Wagner on a lot of his shots. He likes to use ducks. He'll pick the ankle, high seas. He's real talented, and he's another youngster.
I wonder how Matt feels coach against his father's old team. He was a legend there, Coach Armstrong, Bobby.
Nice ankle pick right there. Throws the head by. There it comes. Got him on his back.
Yeah, they're almost.
Wow, claws him.
Big hook on that, baby.
He keeps that tight. If he steps over, he's gonna have trouble getting off his back, McKenna.
There it is. Has to get past the legs, hops over that leg, and there it is. Sinks to
Now
half.
he's working to the head.
Gets elbow deep on that half. He'll be fine. Running it nice. Goes to the crotch. Good under the arms. Nice job staying tight.
One thing about these Mount Sinai kids, they can ride.
Yeah. Like Coach said, a lot of history there. Mount Sinai and Port Jeff, which when Big Bob Armstrong was the coach, they were one program. So that's almost like the separation right there, and then Matt being on the other side of it. That's very interesting.
Good sidebar to a lot of stories in wrestling, Suffolk County. There's a lot of 6 degrees of separation through
A lot of history,
stuff.
and Andy knows it all.
There it is, got the
Armstrong
wrist
and
in the
Kurt
bar.
Lassen.
Tell you, that half and bar is very dangerous.
Yep,
You see it all over Suffolk County now, and I'm sure we'll see it next weekend upstate.
nice job right
Big
there.
move. A lot of guys get pins with that now.
He has to step over, I think, and then get chest to chest on that. Okay,
Yeah, it'd be
just
amazing
getting
to see
over.
him
There it
coming from
is.
there.
And Ruda.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about your match, kind of a play-by-play of what went on?
Well, first, I'd never wrestled him before, so I didn't know how I was going to coming into it. But as soon as I got the first takedown, I knew I was pretty good. And then I had him on his back, so it was an easy 5.
What do you think was one of the turning points in the match that helped you win?
It was definitely when I got his arm across his back. That's when I clenched the pin.
And as far as wrestling goes, what's up next for you on the road?
Definitely Buffalo, upstate next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Have you had any thoughts about college yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking at maybe Johns Hopkins or something like that.
And in the Division II 112-pound final, Jason Ruda of Mount Sinai takes on Ben Klein of Eastport South Manor.
Yeah, this was a great match during the season. Ben, he's being recruited by a college in, that's a tough lateral drop right there. Klein's gonna have to fight his way through it.
And Ruda comes up with a huge throw right off the bat.
Yeah, that was a heck of a lateral drop. Klein was leaning into him.
And
that's a lot of weight on him right there.
I don't think he's getting out of that, baby. Well,
nice adjustment, nice
It's
adjustment.
it's a tough fight. He's a senior, so he knows how to fight.
Yeah, good job getting out.
And Klein down 5-0 to Ruda right off the bat and comes back on the attack.
Belly roll there, the old belly roll. We got that down. Huh,
Deep in on a single, blocked by that belly block.
Give credit to Klein, he comes back.
Nice defense right there.
Yeah, these kids are talented. Like I was saying, it was an overtime match the first time, and Klein got the better of him. But Ruda looks prepared tonight. I mean, it's a county final for him, and both kids want to go upstate, so we'll see a good one here.
Jason Ruda with the 5.
There you go, nice head tap double right there. Finishes nice.
And Ruda takes the commanding 7-0 lead over Ben Klein.
7-1 going into the third, beginning of the second. Nice stand up.
Ooh, almost brought him right to his back.
Yeah, Klein's tough. He's got that
reinforced
bar, but Ruda just kind of power sat him right over to his back.
Yeah, nice. Sometimes you get those reinforced bars, you force them, and you don't take that extra second or two to really get it nice and tight, and that's exactly what happens to you right there.
We had a couple of kids that used to let him put the bars on.
Yeah, we don't teach that in Brown.
We try not to.
Nice shot right there. He extends that arm out. He should get that shoulder blade on the mat.
And here Ruda gets Klein to his back.
There it is.
And Jason Ruda with the pin over Ben Klein in 240. And Jason Ruda of Mount Sinai wins the Suffolk County Division II championship, and he took 6th place in New York State. A great accomplishment for that young man.
With me, Jason Ruda, Mount Sinai, the 112-pound Division II champ. Jason, how did it feel to win the Division II championship tonight?
Felt really good. You know, a lot of hard work went into it, so it was good to get out something from it.
I see you have your brother wrestling at 119. Are you guys workout partners day in and day out?
Yeah, he's my workout partner every day. He's always pushing me. You know, we're always pushing each other. We work out all the time, so it's great to have him there and always work with him.
It must be. I know he's wrestling soon, and best of luck up in Buffalo to you this year.
Thank you.
And in a 119-pound Division II final, Jared Ruder, a sophomore of Mount Sinai, against Chris Amato of Eastport. And we pick up the action in the third period with Ruder leading 8-2.
Yeah, this was a tough match right here for Amato. He had faced Ruder earlier on during the season, and the result wasn't too good. A late third period pin. But, you know, Ruder's tough. He's done a great job all season. He's only had 2 losses, and he's just been taking it to Chris the whole match.
These Mount Sinai kids, they're just the two brothers, man. They're very tough on top. They stay under the arms. They're in the thigh. They're driving, you know. I'm impressed with the way they're riding on top.
Yeah, Amato came up. Ruder got a little loose with the claw. Let's see if we can get a finish on that single.
Nice crossface
Nice,
right
real
there,
nice
getting his hips
crossface.
down. Setting him on his hip. We just keep scooting.
Did
He's
not
tough. He's
come
got great
across.
balance.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the living room when these two brothers are out there fighting, these Ruder brothers. That must be fun, you know.
Jared Ruder, the heavier of the 2 Ruder brothers, the younger one, he's only in 10th grade. His brother Jason A. Jr., a weight below at 112. And Jared Ruder of Mount Sinai in red, totally in control of this match.
Yeah, Mount Sinai, I'll tell you, they gave us a run for our money in a dual meet this year, and they're going to be one of the top teams to beat in the future. You look at them in D2, them in Bayport, and of course, with Shoreham coming in next year, there's going to be some real good wrestling there. I look forward to it.
The Cats are going to be back, baby.
Yeah, they you know.
We hope.
I just wanted to get that in before Mr. Jandruski got that in.
We had a stalemate there.
Good position. Again, going for the claw. You don't want to stand up with that claw.
No, that's real tough. He could step up and flip him right to his
Yeah.
back with that claw in there and that little crotch lift.
You always want to double up on that hand and get it off there before you stand up, or else you're going to be sent for a ride.
These kids never stop moving.
Yeah,
No, it's incredible.
attacking both sides.
Both working.
And drag them across your body right there if you want to get that head.
And that ends the match. And Jared Reuter of Mount Sinai wins the Mustangs' third consecutive county title in Division II as he defeats Chris Amato 10-3 and another Mustang title.
We're here with Jared Reuter of Mount Sinai High School, the 119-pound Suffolk County Division II champion. And Jared, you won 10-3. Take us through the match. How'd you take care of business?
Basically, I just kept taking him down. I couldn't really turn him, but I just kept riding him hard. He escaped a few times. I was just beating him on my feet, on our feet. That was about it.
Is that the game plan technique? You didn't want to get caught in a move when you were down on the mat?
Yeah, I just didn't want to get caught with anything stupid. Wrestle smart.
Now, how does it feel being a Division II champion? You get to go to Buffalo and wrestle for a state title.
It feels pretty good to go to Buffalo. It sounds good to be a county champ, too.
Congratulations to Jared Reuter, Division II champion, 119 pounds in Suffolk County.
And the Division II 125-pound final pits Mike Breakfeller of Babylon 30-0 versus Mark Arpaia of Mattatuck in what should be a tremendous battle.
Yeah, you have two returning league champions here. They wrestled earlier in the season. Bridie beat him by 1 point in overtime. I mean, these guys, they're just going to go toe-to-toe the whole match. This is a real exciting match for Division II and two of the most talented kids there. Arpaia, he's already signed at NYU. He's going to be wrestling at NYU next year. And Brightfellow's only a junior. So, nice Granby.
Doesn't give it up, though. Like, look at that whip right there. Nice.
Yep, Arpaia fights him tough, but...
They're rolling around.
That Brightfellow's impressive, man. Threw the legs in there real quick, staying under the arms, arching up, double legs.
These two kids really going at it. Both want that county title.
Yeah, and you can see Arpaia, as soon as the legs went in, he immediately tried to get his hips up, shake him down, take the head.
What a night for these kids, though. Can you imagine? From wrestling for about 150 kids or people a night to 4,500 people. Must have been some feeling for these kids.
So Arpaia doesn't want to give up the points. Staying tough on that leg, trying to get to his base.
Yeah, and Brightfellow knows just as long as he steps over, he can get the points there.
And I think
the ref's going to give him the two now.
I think clearly these two kids are two of the better kids in that weight, either division in Suffolk County, and have been. Maybe because they wrestle in Division II, they've been a little unheralded the whole season. But you don't go 30-0 against Section 11 competition without being an outstanding wrestler.
Especially with some of the tournaments they have out there now.
Yeah, Coach McLaughlin, he works real hard with them. He brings them to a lot of the tournaments where you find some of the, League One schools, Longwood and Brentwood, and they compete against the better kids. And if they're winning against those guys, they're legitimate wrestlers.
A lot of rolling around. These guys are staying in position, always going. This Brightfellow's impressive. I haven't got a chance to watch him, but he's always staying in position, and he's mean, always looking for the kill, and Arpaia's coming right at him. This is a great match.
Could have gone either way that night.
Good finish right there, 6-5.
And the county title won by Mike Brightfeller ups his record to 31-0 for Babylon.
Yeah, Bridie continued on to the state tournament.
Yeah, he was 5th in the tournament.
Charlie Bowman here with Mike Brightweller. Coming into this match undefeated, you won again. How big was that for you?
It was really big. I mean, I had a close match with him during the season, and I was worried it was going to be close again in the finals. But
what do you think the turning point in this match was? You did face him before. Do you think you had a little bit of an edge that may have put you over?
In the second period, when time was running out, I hit the reversal to put me up by 2, and that gave me some confidence, and it was able to bring me to the end.
And what does it mean to you to go up to Buffalo?
It means a lot. I mean, the last couple of years I've made it pretty well in my league, but in the counties I got kicked out, so now I'll be up to Buffalo. So.
You've all seen our banner at every game. You've seen our staff at the sidelines. You've seen our weekly television shows. But only a few of you have seen what elite sports medicine is really about. And that's the way we want it. Because those of you that know us better have been injured. And they'll tell you that knowing elite is like having a doctor in the family. Dr. Frank Segredo, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. And the last place he wants to see you is in the operating room. The only place he wants to see you is back in the game.
2 130-pound final. Peter Kozubski of John Glenn versus Tom Clark of Manitowoc.
Kozubski, Clark has a nice shot in the air. Kozubski defends it with a whizzer, and then battling on their feet. You're going to see some crazy stuff out of Kozubski.
And at this point, it's a 10-5 lead in the third period for Kozubski.
A lot of Gumbian moves, bending arms, working, stretching them out.
Well, these smaller guys can bend their body the way that you and I could never think of, Paul, you know.
That's it.
As you know, the bars have come back this year. I've noticed, a lot of teams using bars again, and it's
because you win with them.
It's a great move. I think the way the section goes, there was like a decade where all we cared about was being in the neutral position, taking guys down, letting them up, and now we're getting back to riding on top. I think we realize that we're not going to be able to win upstate if we can't ride a guy on top and try to put him on the back.
Give away secrets from Brentwood.
You know that Gable.
No, we do a lot of reaching back at Brentwood. And bad stuff. Only bad stuff in Brentwood. And no secrets tonight.
That's it.
I don't think we have to teach
Look
you,
at
Coach.
this. Boom.
Yeah, that's the third time in the match that Kozubski rolled Clark through. He almost sets up that headlock just so he can roll it through with a body lock. One of those things that we teach as defense around the county, he uses as an offense all the time.
This kid's working hard to get out.
Kozubski gets 3 more points in this match at 130 pounds.
My neck
goes right back to that Gable.
There you go. Finishes up strong.
And Peter Kozubski, who took 6th in Section 11 last year.
Yeah, there it goes again. That headlock.
The old headlock.
Now watch. Kozubski, he's got great hips. Stays in good position. Still fighting off it. Most guys be on their back by now, and he really just fights off that headlock real well.
And that stuff you don't coach. You don't coach those hips. That's something that you could teach him a couple of different things to do, but that's all natural stuff right there.
Yeah, you find a talent like him in the room. And, you just got to get one good coach to keep working with him, because with great hips like that, he can go a long way.
Yeah, nice hip in right there. Yeah. Perfect hips.
He's a lean, mean wrecking machine.
Right back to that Gable. He does a nice job with it. Really, he'll look to work around the head, try and come underneath that far elbow.
As you guys,
riding tough on top.
As you guys just said, that Gable and those bars, they're coming back in Section 11.
Yeah, we're trying to find out the real secrets at Brentwood, because they don't use the Gables or the bars, so if we find out what they do. And there's Kozubski, taking it to the States now. Heck of a job over Clark.
And Peter Kozubski won 1 match at the state tournament. He did not place, but congratulations to Section 11 130-pound champion, Peter Kozubski.
Greg Sarah with Pete Kozubski of John Glenn High School, the 130-pound champion in Suffolk's Division II. And Pete, great match. You won 13-5. A little crazy on a match there, rolling around.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it safe, but sometimes you gotta take those dangerous moves to get those back points. So it was well worth it in the end. But
now, Coach Bob McIntyre of Eastport tells me that you're a little unorthodox, that you do take some risks on a map, but you always come out a winner.
Sometimes you gotta take those risks. If you don't and you just regret it at the end, then you just wish you could have. But sometimes you have to.
Now, right now, Pete, you're going up to Buffalo for the Division II championship. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see my brother who wrestled up at Oneonta. He's excited to see me. First time up there, first time to see the school. Hopefully it's going to be a great experience. Hopefully I can do something up there, maybe place, and I'm just excited to go.
Congratulations, Pete Kozubski, the 130-pound champion, Suffolk County's Division II.
And at 135 pounds, the Division II final, Patrick Ewan of John Glenn, a senior, against freshman Matt Beretta of Eastport South Manor. This was a tremendous match.
Yeah, Beretta, he really, really worked hard in this match. Earlier on in the season, Pat Yoon beat him 16-5, and Beretta had thoughts that maybe, he wasn't going to get back to the finals. He's in there now, and he's wrestling tough against Yoon. His best position is going to be on top. If he can ride Yoon and maybe get a turn on him, he might have a shot at winning the match.
And right there, the 7-2 lead for Patrick Yoon. But you see some of these kids, it's fun to watch them develop. Some of these 8th and 9th graders, even the 10th graders, a little young, a little timid, and as the season goes along, they really develop into outstanding wrestlers.
I remember Yoon and yeah, all right. Kozubski, I should know that one, Andy, as freshmen and 8th graders when they'd come over.
Yeah, Pat Yoon, he's a talent. He's been around a long time. He's a senior now, and he's placed every year in the league tournament, and he's won a few matches in the county tournament in the old format. Now he's in the finals here. Deep in on a fireman, see if he can finish.
Yeah, Glenn has come a long way. They always love to wrestle us.
Beretta gets the 2, he slips behind him, and now Matt, he'll try and work that tight waist, that little short arm tilt, maybe throw a leg in. He's really a hard guy once he gets on top to get out from.
And you mentioned he's a 9th grader, right, Coach?
Yeah, he's only a
Wow.
9th grader. His brother Brett's an 11th grader.
Over at Shoreham, and we're looking for him to do some damage in Division II next year.
Well, Coach, he
we
won't be
sharing
denied.
a lot of secrets at Eastport.
He won't be denied. We know that.
We know the cats are coming.
Yeah. Beretta's doing a heck of a job of riding Pat Yoon, one of the top-rated kid in Division II. He's got to try and get a turn, though, if he wants to win this match.
For a 9th grader, he's pretty tough on top.
Yeah, he's got to keep those hips in tight.
Yeah, I see him doing some Jesse moves over there. What's that about, Coach?
Well, you know, we see good stuff going on in there, and sure, we beg, borrow, and steal.
Why not
Only
emulate?
way to go.
Why not emulate the best?
That's right.
And here at 135 pounds, Patrick Yoon of John Glenn wins the Division II county title.
This is Jim Northern again with the mat slap. With me, 135-pound champ Pat Yoon, John Glenn. Congratulations, Pat. How did it feel to win the county championship tonight?
It was a great feeling. I've been working 4 years for this, so it's a great experience, and I'm happy to be going upstate.
And how do you feel your chance to be in Buffalo next weekend?
I think if I train hard, I think I can go with anyone. So hopefully my chances are good.
Congratulations. Best of luck next week.
Division II 140-pound final pits Joe Cancelleri of Eastport South Manor against Jason Rohrbach of Mattatuck. Cancelleri was the 7th seed in the Division II tournament, and he wrestled his way into the finals.
Cancelleri, he was down 12-3 against the number 2 seed and caught him with a headlock to really start his destiny toward the finals here. He's doing a heck of a job. Starts the match off with a real nice ankle pick against one of the strongest kids in the weight class.
He's did a great job for them. We missed Joe. He was over at Shoreham for a little while. We borrowed him for a couple of years, and Coach fine-tuned him for this moment. I'm really glad and proud to see what he's done for his school.
Yeah,
the first one, right, Coach? First champ?
First champion, yeah. First champion for the Eastport South Manor Sharks. And we were more than happy to get him back. I got to tell you. Joey, great-spirited kid, working hard on Rohrbach there. He's been wrestling for a few years with just a tough shoulder injury. He had a rotator cuff problem about 2 years ago. And he just, you know, keeps that brace on and goes hard all the time.
He wanted it that night. He kept coming after you, and he looked like the old Joe that I remembered.
And entering the second period, Cancelleri with the 2-0 lead.
Looks like bad positioning coming up here.
Yep, good hips, though.
There it is.
Good hips.
Saw that coming. Got to adjust.
The roll.
There it is.
Cancelleri.
Adjusted nice.
Yeah, I
Puts
think
Rohrbach on his back.
hips won that battle, Coach.
Definitely.
I think going back and forth.
Absolutely. You saw the hip toss coming.
Look at
That's
that
our
chin and
referee,
the
Dan
shoulder.
Harrell, in great position right there.
Kind of looks
There
like
he
Loudon,
is.
Swain, and Shoot.
He's not
Yeah.
getting out of that.
Dan Harrell, referee extraordinaire, really doing a nice job trying to get that pin.
And Cancelleri secures the pin in 3:41 to win the Division II Suffolk County Final. Eastport South Manor's first Suffolk County Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to the coaches and to Joe Cancelleri.
Greg Sarah with Joe Cancelleri of Eastport South Manor, Bob McIntyre's school. And I got to tell you something, Joe, you just clinched the Division II team championship for your team. Must feel real good to win a team title and an individual title.
Yeah, definitely. All the hard work I put in the season paid off, and just want to thank my coaches and everyone that supported me throughout the season.
Now, you won your match in a pin in 241. Take us through the pinning combination and how you pulled that off.
Well, I got 2 double overhooks on the guy, and I threw him, and he almost rolled me over, and I just fell on top of him, basically, and I just pinned him.
Now you get to travel upstate Buffalo and compete for the 140-pound championship in Division II in the States, and how do you feel about that?
Feels great, you know. I've been wanting to do this my whole wrestling career, and finally I get to.
Senior Joe Cancelleri, the Division II 140-pound champion here in Suffolk County.
And the Suffolk Division II 145-pound final, pitting Tom Mazza of Eastport South Manor versus John Floors of Mattatuck. And Bob McIntyre, another Eastport South Manor wrestler in the finals.
Yeah, Tommy, he was undefeated in Division II competition this year. He's been in the finals of every tournament he's been in, and he's been wrestling real tough. So, you know, we're expecting to get a champion out of him tonight. He's a talented senior, and, you know, we hope he can get by John. Flores is tough. Mattituck's got a nice program. Sean Petretti's really taken him a long way.
And Mattituck, as you said, has had a pretty good program for the last several years, as have Bayport, John Glenn, Mount Sinai, Babylon. Some of these up-and-coming teams in Division II are powerhouses to be reckoned with now.
Good job right near the line. They didn't stop wrestling. Keeps coming in. Mattituck keeps coming in. Keeps trying to take him down. Good defense right there. Not too happy with those underhooks, though.
Yeah, Mazza, he tends to get carried away with that little...
looking for that.
Nice try. Trying to
we call it the Newfield head chancery, you know, courtesy of Tony Perna.
A legend.
And Flores does a nice job.
Hey, he knew he was down. He knew he needed a big move, and he's going to go, you know, keep going for that big move. Find the whips, the headlocks, whatever he could do to try to get the Eastport Shark on his back.
Mazza gets the takedown, comes out on top to increase his lead in this one.
Great to see both kids in this near same weight classes winning their county title. They must have worked hard in that room for your coach.
Yeah, they do what everybody does in every room. But, you know, at these smaller schools, you try and get the numbers, and next year it's going to be even a little bit tougher for us. You know, we'll be moving up to Division I, so if we can get the kind of numbers out that some of these bigger schools are getting, hopefully we'll compete.
And Flores gets the escape right there.
Should be going for a big move here.
Deep on that double. No, but Flores gets out of it.
Probably going to try for another big move right here. Trying to get under there, try to get good position, tries it. There you go. Hey, man, you know, if you're in the county finals, you got to lay it all out. You got to try, you know, you're down, you need to put a guy on his back. You got to go. He didn't quit. I like that.
Tom Mazza wins the Division II 145-pound championship over John Flores of Mattituck, 13-5.
Jim Northern, Matt Slap, with me, 145-pound champ Tom Massey, East Southport. Tom, how'd you feel about your victory tonight?
Pretty happy. It's the last time I wrestled him, I beat him 10-2, and this time I beat him like 11-4 or something. But it was a good match.
And I think your victory has helped your team now to clinch the inaugural Division II title. How do you feel about that?
Even greater, because us and Mount Sinai, I think they were coming close in second, and we beat him in the dual meet, and I felt it would, you know, it suits that we beat him here too.
Yeah, your victory has clinched the title for you guys. How do you feel your chances are on Buffalo next weekend?
I'd say pretty good, but I'm wrestling with whoever won from Section 4. I heard Section 4 is pretty good, but I think I'm a little better, so we'll see.
Section 4 is good, but Section 11 is real good. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
At Dowling College, we build success stories one student at a time.
I'm here for one thing. I'm here to achieve my goal in life.
We're just going to run it totally out of gas, but they're working hard against each other. I remember Mr. Heinze when he was a little tot, when his father used to coach at Smithtown.
And now Cliff Heinze, the coach at Stony Brook High School.
What a great opportunity for Heinz and Stein. You know, both these guys are seniors, and neither one of them ranked more than 5th or 6th in the whole county. So with this Division II format, one of these kids who's worked their whole career to get upstate is going to go. So that's pretty exciting for them. It's a great opportunity for a senior.
Scott Heinze took, I believe, 6th in last year's Section 11 tournament.
Yes, he did.
And Chris Stein just missed placing in the tournament. These are two of the more outstanding wrestlers at 152, again, Bobby, in either division.
Yeah, real talented kids. I mean, Stein, you can see, he's real strong, real tough on his feet, has an awesome cradle, and you got to watch out for it all the time. And Heinze, you know, his dad's a coach. He's a kid who's been on the mat his whole life. Like Coach Jandruski said, you know, he's known him since he's a little kid. He's going to try and get after it. You know, this is his last opportunity to really see if he can make his mark on wrestling.
No whizzer.
Like
kids,
that, tremendous.
They use that at Brentwood, the whizzer.
We don't use any moves that work in Brentwood.
That works.
Just nothing. Just really, you know, we do a lot of bad stuff. No secrets here. You guys, you know, nothing. Mattituck guy again, you know, down, trying to go for it, you know.
And Heinze refuses to give up the escape or the reversal. Tough on top.
Nice, staying tough, not putting himself in a bad position right there, except for right now. You know, you want to stay under the arms and you want to stay back. You don't want.
Exactly. You want to work in the back. Now he's in good position on the leg.
Especially when you know
the arms, he'll be in good shape.
Especially when you know how strong your opponent is, because he's very tough right there.
Nice stand up.
Nice.
Right to the
ankle pick. Lucky
Great job by Chris Stein.
Wow, at the
Heinze
nice
just pulled
finish.
that one out.
And
Nice
Heinze
finish.
wins 8-5 to win the 152-pound Suffolk Division II final. And Scott Heinze reached the semifinals of Division II in the New York State tournament, and after a tough loss in the semifinals, defaulted to 6th place. Congratulations, Scott Heinze.
With me, Stony Brook Scott Heinze, 152-pound champ. I know your dad must be happy, but how does it feel to win the tournament?
I feel great. Something I always wanted to do, and my dad always pushed me hard, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed.
Speaking of your dad, do you still get on the mat with him quite a bit?
Yeah, he's an old timer, but he moves real slow, and he'll still stick you. You know, he's a wild man.
Well, all the training that you do with your dad really paid off because you had a tight match tonight, but you seem to prevail. What do you attribute that to?
Just, I don't know, I want to thank God and just for the talent he gave me, and then just my coaches pushing me every day, my teammates, and that's really it, you know, just hard work.
Best of luck next week in Buffalo, Scott.
And in the Division II 160-pound final, Matt Tomasino of Bayport Blue Point goes against Darian Moody of Babylon, two of the most exciting athletes in the tournament at either division.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, Matty Tomasino, he's an all Long Island football player. Moody's just a great athlete. And these two guys, this was probably the best match of the night. Great wrestling, real good stuff, and excitement right till the end.
Rock 'em, sock 'em, old-fashioned, go get 'em.
And Moody gets the takedown in the first period, and he's up 2-0.
It's a little stalling right there. You gotta attempt to take a man down to the mat. You can't just hold his leg right there.
We have to remember that they're kids. They're 16 and 17. They're not machines.
Ref won't call it.
Yeah, we'd like them to be machines, though. He's got a good whizzer there. Moody's trying to get his hips in and cut him back.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, Matty just slipped behind there. Really just dragged him to the mat. Darren was out of position.
That's where your football comes in handy, and wrestling helps football players tackle those boys.
These guys look very evenly matched. This is exciting match right here. Jeez.
Yeah, Moody was quick up from the bottom. You know, those guys, when they get to that level where they can just stand up like that, no one's going to hold them down. That's a talent right there.
Moody with the 4-3 lead. Moody on top of Tomasino.
Nice tight ride.
Just riding that 2-on-1. You know, he'll come out to the side if the ref makes him, but right now he just wants to hold him down, keep him in good position.
Staying under the arms.
Got a little
Keep
padlock
coming
there
up.
in the back.
There you go, trying to kick out, kicking out.
Cutting down to those ankles. Now, you know the ref's going to watch him and time him to make sure he's not stalling.
Now, you can't lock your hands in that position either. That would be a clasp, and that would be a point for Tomasino.
And here Moody cuts Tomasino loose, and the match is tied 4-4 with 1:25 seconds
No,
left.
I think it was 5-4, Andy. You were finally wrong.
Well, he got hit for stalling, that was the point. And then when he kicked him loose, it became 5-4.
Yeah.
Well, that's 1 to about 50 of yours this year.
You're the best,
Mr.
Andy.
Zinczuski.
You are the best. I don't fight with you.
Oh,
That's
nice
a great
inside
trip by the line there.
And Moody gets the takedown with roughly 10 seconds left in the match.
Wow.
Tomasino quickly scrambled to get out of bounds. There's about 3 seconds left now. You got two of the best kids in the county here, and Moody's up by 1 with about 3 seconds left on the clock.
6-5 Moody with 3 seconds left.
Oh,
what a great Granby
comes
roll.
out. Under the arms.
And he's behind
and
him.
Gets it.
Does he get it? And he gets the 2.
Oh,
Tomasino
wow,
with
what a
great
finish.
Granby roll.
What a finish. That's what I tell you, that's what, you know, you never stop quitting. Matches are 6 minutes long, not 5:50, not 5:55. 6 minutes, you got to wrestle. And
Mark
oh, man.
Menango held that champion up in the air. He's got to be proud right
It's
now.
a shame someone had to lose that match.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And Matt Tomasino of Bayport comes away with a 7-6 decision over Darian Moody of Babylon to win the Suffolk Division II 160-pound championship. And there is that great backflip by the talented Matt Tomasino.
That's what wrestling's all about, Andy. Matches like that. I guess that's why kids come back every year.
With me, Matt Tomasino, Bayport Blue Point 160-pound county champ. Matt, that was some match. Please describe the last 5 seconds or so when you were down by a point and in the down position.
It's undescribable feeling. I just had to go for it. You know, nothing I could do was just throw the little desperation move in the end, and I came out on top.
I think you moved, put Division II wrestling on the map. I'll tell you, it was one of the more exciting bouts of the evening. In fact, it was so exciting, I happen to know your godfather, Peter, nearly jumped out of the stands. How do you think he felt when he saw you get that reversal at the end of the match?
I think he felt a little, he's happier than me. He was more excited than I was.
Well, on behalf of Suffolk County, I'd like to wish you the best up in Buffalo. Speaking of Buffalo, how do you feel your chances are next weekend up there?
I don't know. I don't know anybody up there. Just, gonna wrestle hard and see how it goes.
Well, being from Suffolk County, we're one of the best, so you should do fine up there. Again, congratulations, Matt Tomasino, Bayport 160-pound county champ.
And in a 171-pound Division II final, Doug Sessa of Bayport Blue Point and Alex Ruck of Eastport South Manor.
Yeah, Sessa, another football player for Bayport. Real tough kid. He and Alex went at it during the season, and Sessa got the better of him in a close match. But he's taking it to him right now. Alex got to get that head up and try and work up off the bottom.
Real strong kid right there, the Sessa.
Yeah, you got some talent on both of these kids. They're both well put together, both football players. Sessa's just real strong on top, riding in the crotch, got that little looking for the claw.
Those Bayport big boys really came on in this tournament.
And the 4 Bayport champions who won county titles also helped Bayport Blue Point reach the Division IV Suffolk football finals. They had a tremendous season, going 8-2 this year. They also had a tremendous season in wrestling, winning 12 dual meets under head coach Mark Meningo.
Nice legs right there.
Yeah, you look at Sessa riding that leg, goes in.
Look, cradle time.
And now he's looking at that cradle.
No arm, that's not, really did it.
He got it, but with the arm out, Ruck can hopefully fight his way through.
And the strength of Sessa turns him over, and he gets 3 back points there to take the big lead on Ruck.
You know, like Jandruski was saying earlier, these kids who have a good football background, it just makes them that much tougher out on the mat. They know what it's like to bang heads all the time. They know what it's like to use their entire body and make a commitment. And that's what's making it a little bit tougher for Ruck. He doesn't have as much football experience.
Oh, there it is.
Sessa just punched that arm right over the back.
That upper body, there must be some clamming out there in the sound.
Yeah, he got that nice and tight right there. That's going to be tough.
Yep, and he gets the pin.
Doug Sessa secures the pin at 5:39 over Alex Ruck of Eastport South Manor. And Sessa wins the 171-pound Division II final. And there's one of the most well-dressed coaches in Suffolk.
Greg Sarah here with Doug Sessa, the 171-pound Division II Suffolk County champion. And Doug, football was a great season for the Phantoms. You guys did a great job, went to the finals. Now wrestling, you come out and you win a county championship. How does that feel?
Feels great. I mean, our coach calls it the Big 4 champs of football, and we're the Big 4 champs of wrestling up top with Zgrosser, Tomasino, myself, and Brian Wilson. Coming straight to football season, just feels great to come out here and look at everybody and just win your match.
Now, you were all pumped up. I saw you pound your chest when you got up after the pin. That must have felt like unbelievable.
Felt unbelievable. Watching Matty wrestle before me, I mean, has been getting me pumped all season. I've been winning matches just because of him. I mean, it's great. Just great feeling, man.
How much fun is it to wrestle in the room with 4 guys like that going at it every day?
Well, it's not only 4 guys. Our coach is also down there wrestling with us too. Coach Riley and Dr. Donatelli, they wrestle with us every single day, get us pumped for this. I mean, they're the ones who put us through this. I got to thank them for everything that they've done for us all season.
Great job, Doug Sessa, representing the Phantoms, 171-pound champion, Division II, Suffolk County.
That helps your doctor identify your disease even before it's visible through other imaging procedures and can change the way your doctor cares for you. BAB Radiology has offices in Huntington, East Northport, Hauppauge, Bayshore, Babylon, and Shirley.
And in the Division II 189-pound final, Mike Zgrosser of Bayport Blue Point and Rob Mannion of Eastport South Manor.
Another Bayport guy in the finals. He's up at weights. Same, real tough. Got a lot of competitive stuff going on in that room, I bet.
Yeah, when you get a nice group of kids around the same weight working together all the time, you just seem to kind of breed a good group of wrestlers there.
And there's Zgrosser with the nice takedown. He takes the early lead, but Mannion escapes.
Yeah, Zgrosser, he's big, strong. You know, he's blocking every shot that Mannion takes. Hopefully, He can work in for a takedown. Zagros is tough. Look at him spin behind to that leg.
Good job, from that front headlock, you got to keep that head tight, hit the hole and keep your legs moving. You should get the 2 right there if you hit that front headlock right.
And Zagrosa takes the 4-1 lead early in the first period at 189.
Yeah, he's just sitting tight with a tight waist.
Trying to look for some openings.
Yep, Mannion comes out, see what he can do on his feet.
There it is.
Nice adjustment.
There he is. He's not getting up.
Nice adjustment right there, pulls him in on the line. Another adjustment with the half.
Outstanding job by Mike Zagrosa.
Did you hear the coaches yell half?
That's a great way to finish. They definitely do finishing over there at Bayport Blue Point because he got that arm.
And Mike Zagrosa pins Rob Mannion in 157 to win the Suffolk Division II title at 189. Bayport's 3rd consecutive individual Division II county champion.
And he had a great state tournament. He took 6th place.
Heck of a job by Bayport. Mark Menango, head coach, really doing a nice job with Rich Riley.
Greg Zara here with Mike Zignasa, the 189-pound champion, Suffolk County Division II here at the Wrestling Championships. And Mike, what is it with Bayport Blue Point? Everybody in the upper weights is a stud.
Yeah, I don't know. We just work hard every day. We do 3-3-3 drills, just working hard every day. Go and have a bad day. The partners I work with, just make it into a good day.
Now, you turned in a pin in 257 to win the championship here in Suffolk County. Talk a little bit about Matt Tomasino's match. He comes back, wins in the last 3 seconds. Were you guys jacked up after that win?
Oh yeah, I was definitely pumped. I mean, I was gonna rip my heart out. I love Matty. If he would have lost, I don't know what I would have did because he deserves every minute of it. He's just a hard worker, always has been, deserves everything and more.
Great job, Mike Zignasa, Bayport Blue Point, the Phantoms crushing in the upper weights. He'll go to Buffalo.
And in the Suffolk Division II 215-pound final, Brian Wilson, yet another Phantom from Bayport Blue Point, takes on Jarrell Guerrero of Mount Sinai.
Wilson's he's a junior that wrestled the whole season at 189 pounds. Couldn't beat his own teammate at 189, so he wrestles up at 215, and he was the #1 seed, so he's got a real good shot here. Guerrero's tough, though. He only has a few losses in Division II on the season.
He moves pretty good for a big guy. Guerrero, nice job getting up to his feet.
And you might think that Wilson is at a disadvantage giving up so much weight, but on the opposite end of that, he's probably a little bit quicker than most of the heavyweights he would wrestle.
And with some nice leverage, the lean, mean wrecking machine.
Yeah, once again, another football player out there for Bayport. They really do a lot of recruiting off that football field, and it helps with their talent. And this guy, he's fast, like you said. He's got looking for that cross-face cradle here on Guerrero.
I think wrestling makes better football players, not football players make better wrestlers. I guess they know what it is. It's one-on-one.
I think these kids should be in as many sports as I can. Some of these high school coaches out there, you're watching. You guys, try to, get these kids to only do one sport, and I think it's hurting the kids. They should do as many sports as they can.
I think it helps your agility, and I think it also helps build self-esteem in a lot of these youngsters. And here, Wilson takes the 5-1 lead over Guerrero.
Man, there's nothing like a camaraderie of a teammate.
Bottom. Real nice job on the switch, and he goes right back to that cross-face cradle.
Hey, if you got a good cradle, you got to use it. Especially in the county finals, you got to use your best moves.
Guerrero
keeps coming up though. He's quick for a big guy.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot more action at 215 here than you normally see at that weight class.
They're moving really well.
Definitely.
Not the usual slap fight that you might have.
Well, I think a lot of times, not just at 215, but at any weight, I think a lot of times when kids get into the county finals, they wrestle not to lose instead of wrestling to win. And here you see Brian Wilson of Bayport Blue Point with the 7-2 decision over Jarrell Guerrero. For the 4th weight in a row, Bayport Blue Point takes home a county title.
With me, Brian Wilson, Bayport Blue Point, 215 Division II County Champ. Brian, how's it feel to take home another championship for your team tonight?
Feels great. I never really got a chance to experience anything like this before, so it's a good feeling.
How many years have you been wrestling now, Brian?
It's my 2nd year.
2nd year, and you're already a county champ. And Bayport had a nice run, starting with Mr. Tomasino. You guys picked up 4 titles. I'm sure Coach Meningo is very happy. How does this feel for the program?
Good for the program, probably. We got a young team, so in the years to come, I think we're going to be pretty strong.
We'd like to wish you the best of luck next week in Buffalo. Thanks again. Brian Wilson.
And in the Division II final at 275 pounds, Mike Edel of Babylon against Nick Romer of Eastport South Manor.
Yeah, this should be a good one. They went at it 3 times earlier this year. They had a great upper body battle in each match. Greco-Roman wrestling. Right there you see, looking for a throw. No points scored. Edel looks for a little duck, which you're never going to see that from a heavyweight. Nice little duck under.
Roman, nice go behind right there.
Yeah, you've seen a little bit of agility here for 275 pounders. They're really moving well.
Slipping and sliding.
You could definitely tell that these guys have wrestled before. It's not the usual slap fight that 275 guys have. They're very familiar with each other.
And they're going all out trying to win that county title.
Now Edel's looking for big moves right here.
Yeah, he was in position for a hip toss.
Edel's good on his feet.
Well, you know, Edel's coached by Sean McLaughlin, a former heavyweight county champ, and Sean works real hard with him in the room all the time, teaching him the stuff that heavyweights need, which is really upper body throws. That's what they're looking for.
Boom.
Tried for the big headlock right there, didn't get it on the line. And Romer just, ducks it and gets the 2 right there. Nice job.
I give them both credit. They're going after this.
And that's the way it should be in the county finals.
Yeah,
Guys
like Coach
going
Knapp
after
said, they're not sitting around. You know, they're not just hand fighting. They're out there wrestling.
I would get a fresh start right here if I was Edel. Get a fresh start. There you go.
Saving the energy, Coach.
Yeah.
Using that line for the big move.
Yeah, you always want to get back to that circle right now. Especially if someone's on top of you. Get that fresh start off the whistle. Try to beat the guy on the whistle with your best first move.
Nice
There it is.
stand
Nice
up
stand
for a
up.
big
There it
guy.
is. That's why you want to get.
Digging right in for those underhooks.
Oh, jeez.
Edel gets the escape.
Nice.
And then the
Underhooks
takedown.
and a little trip right to his
You're
back.
getting up, Andy.
And this match is over.
You're
Big
not
Mike
getting
Edel
another
gets the pin
275s on you.
That's great.
over Nick Romer of Eastport South Manor in 1 minute 30 seconds. And Mike Edel of Babylon wins the Division II Suffolk County title at Super Heavyweight.
With me is Babylon's Mike Edel, county champ, 275. Mike, you had a great match going there, back and forth. How did you feel you were able to secure the pin?
Well, he thought he could beat me, and right when I went for the throw at the beginning, he almost got me on my own mistake, and then I came back and I just bear hugged him to his back.
Yeah, that was a nice bear hug you got him. Let me ask you, I see Coach McLaughlin looks like he's probably your weight class. Do you have some good workouts with him in the room?
Yeah, he usually beats me up, but sometimes I can get him, but he's a tough guy to beat.
I'm sure all the good workouts you had with him has helped. How do you feel your chances next week in Buffalo are going to be?
I hope I place. I'm going to work really hard to place. That's all I wanted my whole life is to place in the States. I'm glad I won the county, so I'm going to try to place.
Well, you're one big step along your way. Again, Mike Edel, county champ, Babylon High School.
Brought to you by Telecare, Friends of Long Island Wrestling, and Elite Sports Medicine. We are the Long Island Institute of Professional Studies.
On the Elite Sports Forum with 2 very special people, George Fallett, the son of Dr. Robert Fallett, who this tournament is named after, and his grandson, Robert. And Robert, we'll start with you. You came in 2nd place in the Catholic High School Championships in the States. You lost in the finals, but you represented Kellenberg. What was that feeling like?
I think it was pretty good. I tried pretty hard. I thought I had a pretty good match.
Yeah, you wrestled at 145 pounds?
Yes.
And who'd you lose to in the finals?
Vinny DeMarco from St. Francis Prep.
But it's not always about winning 2nd place. I mean, you got a lot to be proud of. 2nd in the States in the Catholic leagues. And I got to ask you something, George. It must be a real special feeling to see your son, your father's grandson, come a long way in wrestling and do a great job for Kellenberg.
It's great. I'm sure he would have been proud of the whole family. I also have 2 twins that wrestle also, and I'm sure it's a shame he couldn't see them wrestle, but he would have liked it.
Now tell me, what would your dad say if he had the opportunity to watch these guys wrestle?
It would have been great. He loved wrestling for all these years, and it's just a shame that he's not here to watch them.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys make him proud. Good job, Rob. Greg Sarah, Elite Sports Forum with the Fallets. Very, very special people.
And in the Suffolk Division I finals at 96 pounds, Corey Jansen of Shoreham-Wading River in the gold singlet takes on his teammate Charles Hogue, also of Shoreham-Wading River.
These two guys are freshmen, and you're going to be seeing them for a long time to come. They're both quality kids. It's unfortunate they had to see each other, but this was pretty cool for both of them to be in the finals of the county tournament.
When I first looked at the brackets, I saw we got a chance to see Jansen and Hogue during the year, and I tell you, it was. I saw the brackets. I said, well, Shoreham's going to have two county finalists, and it definitely came true. These guys had a great tournament, both of them.
And Corey Jansen, the younger brother of four-time New York State champion Jesse Jansen, and he's got that great wrestling blood in him, Paul.
Oh yeah, he was my coach. He used to help me out, call out the moves when we had him on the bench as a second grader, I believe. But this Hogue kid, again, not a pleasant surprise. He's been around. He's from a wrestling background family. He's got a tremendous cradle, and again, hope they will be separated next year. They're two quality kids.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame they have to see each other now. I mean, I've seen them go together in the room, and Charlie's a real talent, and maybe you're not going to see that as much in the final tonight going against Corey, but he's really a talented kid. He's one of the best wrestlers around, obviously, if he's in the Suffolk County final.
And they're both fantastic students, which is what you like to see.
And Charlie Hogue's father and uncle's part of the great Smithtown East tradition of wrestling. And wrestling is definitely a family affair, not just in the county.
He tried for the throw and slipped, and Corey's a little slick.
Well, you know, Coach, it looks like it'll be friendship after the match, but when these two get in the middle, it's always about business.
They work hard together in the room. They've been wrestling since I think they're in kindergarten, and again, they both put in the time necessary to be a true champ.
If you're going to wrestle your teammate in the tournament, I think the county finals is a good way to do it. I definitely wouldn't mind taking second in the county.
And they both bring up the room. We have about 5 or 6 little guys that, again, next year you'll be able to see them.
And Corey Jansen wins the 96-pound title 12-2. And Corey Jansen went on to become a state runner-up at 96 pounds in Division I.
Greg Sarah here with the Elite Sports Forum and our first county champion in 2004. And Corey Jansen, it must feel great to be a county champion all those years. You watch your brother Jesse win 6 county championships. This is your first. How do you feel?
Feels amazing. You know, I've been watching Jesse since he was in 7th grade, and that's all I really wanted to do.
Now, would it be great if you win the state title this year and he wins the national championship?
That would be amazing. Actually, we have a little bet going with my dad. We get a brand new boat if we both do it, so hopefully.
Yep.
And at 103, the Division I Suffolk final, Pepe Cabrera of Brentwood wrestles Dave Ingram of East Islip.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be tough. We knew Ingram was going to be really, really big the second day of the county tournament. But we were hoping that Pepe Cabrera's speed and just mental toughness was going to prevail tonight.
And Cabrera got the takedown in the first period and an escape in the second. And here he wrestles with the 3-0 lead over Ingram.
This match was a quarterfinal match last year in the counties, and Ingram reversed him on a controversial call to win the match 2-1. And Pepe Cabrera didn't earn all county honors that, and Ingram went on to the final. So this was a rematch. We were a little happy with the outcome.
And Pepe Cabrera won 5 matches in this tournament, unseeded wrestler after being upset in the league tournament, and he came from the pigtails or the out bracket to win the Suffolk County Championship.
He's a scrappy little fellow. He's stretching that big guy right out, working hard.
That's got to be a rare occasion, right? Andy, to come out of the pigtails? You don't see that too often.
Not too often, no.
He's a very, very tough young man. He doesn't like losing. He's extremely competitive. So we knew we were going to have a shot with him all season long. He did, nothing but great stuff for us all year long, winning some tough matches, helping us win the League One dual meet tournament, dual meet title, and he just had a hell of a tournament.
And Ingram gets the escape to make it 3-1, and he shoots in for the shot, but he can't quite finish it.
Right here, they're going to call Pepe for stalling right now to give the point to Ingram. He knew the time was short. He was just trying to stay in good position and not get caught.
And he wrestled smart.
Yes, stayed on the line right there.
Kind of understood what he had to do to win.
Yeah.
And Pepe
right
Cabrera
there, just holding on the front headlock, making sure he doesn't get long arms in there, keeping short arms. And there it is, county champ for Brentwood.
And Cabrera comes away with the 3-2 title. And Pepe Cabrera had an outstanding state tournament, winning 3 matches, taking 4th place for the Brentwood Indians in New York State. Both of these wrestlers will return next year.
This is Charlie Bowman for Elite Sports Forum Television here with Pepe Cabrera. Pepe, a close match, you won 3-2. What do you think was one of the turning points in your match that helped you win?
That double. The double.
Any other key points in the match that you think helped out?
Not shooting any dumb shots, being smart.
And your coaches were pretty close by for this match. What have they done throughout the season to help inspire you?
A lot.
What are some of the things they may have done?
They trained me hard. They trained me to be #1, and they told me to be #1 to go to Buffalo.
And what does it mean for you to go up to Buffalo?
A lot. It answers my dreams.
Thank you.
And the Suffolk Division I final at 112 pounds, defending county champion Kenny Torres of Brentwood takes on League One rival Chris Iorio of Sachem.
Now, Kenny Torres is a 3-time Section 11 finalist. As a 10th grader, he lost to Tom Finnerty, his own teammate, who went on to win the states. Last year, he was county champ and took 5th in New York State, so he had a mission this year to win. And right now, he's wrestling Chris Iorio, just a very, very tough young man from Sachem. And this is actually the 3rd time this year that they've wrestled. They wrestle against each other in the summer, so I was real nervous about this match because I knew Kenny would be a little tight. I think he wrestled afraid to lose because he was feeling a lot of pressure coming back as a returning champ, and I knew Iorio would love to upset him. And in the county tournament, you know, every year there's upsets, and I was worried about Chris Iorio very much, and I knew he'd be prepared for Kenny Torres.
And Torres used an early takedown and an escape to build a 3-0 lead going into the 3rd period, where we pick up the action here.
Yeah, Iorio had a nice knee block before, and Kenny just stayed in good position and didn't let him finish it and spun behind.
He's very strong, Kenny Torres.
He's a big boy for a 12-pounder. Uses his body well.
In League One, it was an outstanding weight at 112 with Kenny Torres, Chris Iorio, and Sean Egan of Smithtown.
Sean Egan beat Kenny Torres 1-0 during the season in a dual meet. He came back and worked out extra hard after that loss.
And Kenny Torres wins the county title 3-2, and he went on to dominate in the New York State tournament to win a New York State championship for the Brentwood Indians.
This is Jim Norland with the Mat Slap. With me, defending county champ Ken Torres Brentwood. Ken, how did it feel to win your 2nd title tonight?
Winning my 2nd title was, I feel like I accomplished a big goal. I'm not going to be satisfied until I reach my real goal next week.
Was Chris Iorio from Sachem a very tough opponent for you tonight?
Yeah, he was really tough. I had him back in my mind because I beat him previous times, but I knew he was a goal, you know what I mean? He's a really tough kid. He's going to be really big and tough, next year's coming through.
I'm sure he's glad that you're a graduating senior. Looking forward to the States. I know you finished 5th last year. How do you feel your chances are this year?
Well, last year, I didn't wrestle up to my abilities. Maybe this year will be a different story. I want to be on top of the podium this year, and I'm going to go all out to reach that goal.
On behalf of Suffolk County, I'd like to wish you the best up in Buffalo, Kenny. Congratulations. Kenny Torres, county champ, Brentwood High School.
And at 119 pounds in a Suffolk Division I final, Tom Mignani of Islip takes on a surprise Kevin Broderick of East Islip in the finals. But this one was all Mignani.
Broderick might be a surprise, but Guy Leggio's got a great program going on over there, so he's going to put some tough kids out on the mat all the time.
The guy made a great move moving Broderick down to 119, and it shows here he's in the county finals.
And Magnani, I tell you, he is just relentless. Tight bar.
He's unbelievable on his feet. Very good on the mat also.
There's that bar arm again that we were talking about earlier.
Well, Magnani's special. He has everything. He has a full arsenal of anything on his feet, on top, from the bottom. We've been watching him for a lot of years, and we're good friends with the Islip guys, so we try to scrimmage a lot of times together, and he's a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, 2-time state runner-up.
Nice shrug by right there, a little throw by off of a shot.
Great balance.
He rarely gets out of position, Magnani, and if he does, it's for a brief second, and it's very hard to capitalize.
Yeah, he's got that leg laced in the back. Doesn't look like...
Entering this match, Mignani had lost only once the entire season. He's 31-1 entering the county finals, and he shows why. He wins his 2nd straight Section 11 title.
He's not afraid to get into any type of position out there. He's very confident in himself and his ability to succeed.
He's constantly on the attack. He's constantly keeping his arms on his hands on the opponent, and he's always looking to score in every situation.
And he's back next year, right, Andy?
And he's a very funny kid. He's hilarious. He's a good kid to know.
He's only a junior. Islip returns a lot of county place winners for next year. And Mignani puts Broderick to his back.
A good adjustment, attacking both sides.
See if he can close the deal here.
And Tom Mignani wins his second straight sectional title with a 15-3 decision, and he took second place in New York State for the third consecutive year. An outstanding job, a three-time New York State runner-up. Tom Mignani of Islip High School. Joe Patrovich and Stephen Airy, John Ferraro, the coaches of Islip, they have done an outstanding job the last several years with the Islip team.
Watch out for the Buccaneers next year, baby.
They're going to be the class of Suffolk County, both divisions next year.
Greg Sarah here with Elite Sports, and Tom Mignani, the 119-pound champion, your third sectional title, one with St. Anthony's, two now in Suffolk County, and you go back to the States, a two-time state runner-up. Is this the year that you finally take home the championship?
Yeah, it is. It is. So, it's hard to answer that question because you don't want to sound too cocky sometimes, but yes, this year will be the year.
It's good to have confidence. Now, you went 15-3 here in the final at 119 pounds. You pretty much had your way with your opponents all through the tournament. Has it been like that all season? You've worked hard, you've been able to handle everybody, or have there been some tough matches along the way?
Well, I wouldn't say I handled everyone as much as I would have liked. I would have liked to dominate a little more, but it was a good tournament. It's hard to find someone to disagree with. They, just from talking to everyone, everyone's saying, they love, this is the best, such a great tournament, especially for me this year. I got to be in the finals. I was lucky enough to have all my friends, most of my real good friends be in the finals right here with me. So looking forward to watching them, see how they're going to do coming right up, right next.
Tom, you're only a junior. It's been a great year for Islip, dual meet champions. You guys have done a lot of great things this year. It'd be nice to cap it with the state championship, wouldn't it?
Absolutely would. Absolutely would.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tom Mignani, 119-pound champion, Suffolk County.
And at 125 pounds in the Division I Suffolk final, Anthony LaJudas of William Floyd takes on Randy Medina of Brentwood.
I tell you, Anthony had some tournament upsetting Riverhead's Chris Darrow in overtime, and he just showed why he was a true champ tonight.
Well, Randy Medina came out of a pigtail as well, the out bracket to get to the finals. This was a repeat of the League One tournament final where LaJudas won 5-3. So we knew it was a tough match, and Randy did everything he could do to get in there. LaJudas just holding off Randy's attacks. Wasn't really stalling, but he was definitely circling, and Randy couldn't penetrate that defense. But Randy went out like a champion and kept going at him.
And LaJudas wrestled one of the smartest tournaments I thought of any of the kids this year in either division. He did not get a takedown. Now, how rare is this? He did not get a takedown in either the semifinals or the finals, but because of his ability to ride out his opponent did not escape on him in either match. He wrestled, I thought, brilliantly throughout the tournament.
He scored 2 points in 2 matches in the semifinals. 1 point in the semis and 1 point in the finals, and he became county champ. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, well, no one's scoring on him.
Yeah.
Best offense sometimes is good defense. We all know that.
Medina kept coming at him, but like I said, he wasn't. LaJudas wasn't stalling, but he was blocking good and he was pressuring, and it was a great time.
He's a very good counter wrestler, very good defensive wrestler. And he's got great mat awareness, really knew where he was, how much time is left. That's a credit to Anthony LaJudas, who overcame a major knee injury from last year to come back to win the county title.
Just going to say his conditioning brought him over the edge.
Yeah, it's also a credit to Terry Fallon, some great coaching there. You teach your kids the moves, but you also have to teach them, Andy, like you said, mat awareness. He understands the line, the time, and what to do in the match. It's a close one. You want to win it, you got to know all options.
And also give Tony Mecca, the assistant coach of Floyd, his due. Terry and Tony have done an outstanding job there. They were the county championship 2 years ago. And Anthony LaJudas, your 125-pound Suffolk Division I champion. And there's Coach Napolitano of Brentwood.
You look good there.
Coach.
Yeah, I like LeJudas. He's a fellow Italian, so I always try to give him his due right there. He's a good boy.
And there's Terry.
Great job for the Floyd
Coach
guys.
Lake,
a bunch of
Coach
great
Lake,
guys.
And Tony Mecca.
Here with Anthony LeJudas. Now, you had a close match. You won by 1 point. What was you feel was a pivotal moment?
It was a tough match. It was, I had to step it up a little bit. I saw him in the leagues a week ago, and I beat him 7-5. But, it was a little tough. This match, a little more tough. I got better.
You feel it was a lot harder since you did see him at the leagues and you kind of both knew a little bit about each other?
Yeah, we knew a little bit. That's why it was so close. More close than last time.
And what do you think helped you throughout the season as far as training and preparation to help you to go up to Buffalo?
Well, my coaches helped me out a lot. My family's always there for me. And it's just, an intense training that coach put us through.
A big 1-0 victory for William Floyd.
You've all seen our banner at every game. You've seen our staff at the sidelines. You've seen our weekly television shows. But only a few of you have seen what elite sports medicine is really about. And that's the way we want it. Because those of you that know us better have been injured. And they'll tell you that knowing elite is like having a doctor in the family. Dr. Frank Segredo, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. And the last place he wants to see you is in the operating room. The only place he wants to see you is back in the game.
And at 130 pounds in the Suffolk Division I final, defending county champion Sean Riley of Huntington takes on Mike Rudden of Islip. This is a rematch of the League 5 final from last week.
Riley's exceptional. He was he's a 3-time county place winner last year. He took second in the state. A tremendous defense right there, shrugging through. Mike Rudden, great story with him. His younger brother hit by a car, and Mike Rudden to stay focused and wrestle while his brother was in the hospital. It was a true credit to him and how really mentally tough and how outstanding he was. Credit to Mike and the whole family.
And how about those Lugianis, the Blue Devils? Unbelievable. I thought it was, again, a regular match against Huntington, Islip, Brentwood in there, too. Had 3 or 4 people in the weights.
And don't forget, East Islip had 4 guys in the county finals. Brentwood also had 4. Islip put 5 young men into the Suffolk Division I finals, and Huntington had 6 finalists. And Huntington becomes the first team in 26 years since Hills East in it was just Hills back then in 1978, to not win either the league dual meet or tournament title, but win the Suffolk team title.
They come, Lou Gianni's coaching staff, Travis and Kieran Mock, those guys are prepared. There's no other way to say it except for preparation, and their kids are prepared year in and year out come
Jim
county
Boots
time.
And Lou Gianni Jr. also do a great job helping out. And I think the difference in this match, Riley is so quick and he is so good on his feet, and Rudden gave it everything he had.
Here comes a throw by.
Riley was just a little too fast for Rudden.
Great match that night.
With a minute left in the third period, Riley is leading 4-3, and Riley gets the takedown, and that secures the championship, his second Suffolk title. And Sean Riley goes on to win the New York State Championship to become Lou Gianni's New York State record 23rd Blue Devil to win a New York State title. Congratulations to the Blue Devils, and especially to Sean Riley.
Greg Sarah here on the Elite Sports Forum with Sean Riley. And Sean says it's a belief system that enables him to go out and wrestle and be the best. And Sean, you'd like to thank somebody.
Yes, I like to give thanks to Jesus Christ as my Savior. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for him. I just want to give thanks to God.
Now, Sean, you wrestled a very tough competitor tonight in Islip's Mike Rudden. He gave you all you can handle. You're undefeated this season. You're a 2-time county champ. Talk a little bit about the match and how Rudden missed that first move, and you got the first 2 points.
I feel I just had to go out there and wrestle smart. He came out there aggressive, a little differently than last match we wrestled. But I just feel that I had to wrestle smart, and he stepped up his game, and I had to step it up too. And you know, I won, but I give him all the credit. He's a tough kid.
Now, Sean, you took a 6-3 win at the end. You were hit with a stall point to make it 4-3, and then you gained another takedown to go up 6-3 with a couple seconds left. Was it ever in question that you were going to win that match?
I felt it was getting a little risky. It was getting a little tight. I had to step it up. I had to focus more and avoid the crowd. You know, I had to just stay focused until what was going on, and I knew I'll pull it off. You know, and knowing God to give me strength.
And that step for Sean Riley is the 130-pound state title up in Buffalo. Good luck and congratulations. That was great.
And at 135 pounds, Trevor Baney of East Islip takes on Chris Wade of Islip. We pick up the action in the third period with Wade winning 6-5 at this point.
What a tremendous tournament Trevor Baney had. He didn't stop wrestling
Nice
the
single.
entire tournament. Hits a single. Wade came out right off the bat in this match and started clobbering him up, taking him down. He was winning 5-0. And credit to Trevor Baney and the East Islip coaching staff. He just never stopped, and he wanted it. In the words of the great Paul Jandruski, he would not be denied this evening.
And he kept coming on the attack, Baney did. And he will get that late takedown in this match. There you see Wade almost has the takedown on the edge. They go out.
Great match, though. Constant motion. Could have gone either way, but again, East Islip, with their conditioning and their determination, would not be denied.
Chris Wade, an outstanding junior from Islip. He will be back next year.
Right there, perseverance holds on right there, and going to come out with the 2 right here.
Yeah, you know,
he's fighting and battling.
He's coached well. Coming out the back door, guy gets in too deep like that, you just pop that head up, work your way out the back. It's that wrestling history. You know, you have the Legios, you have the Giannis, you have a lot of history going on out on these mats. It's a great thing right now. And these kids, they know what to do in the county finals all the time.
Trevor Baney was very, very fun to watch this tournament and as well as in the States. Great job. He beat Bobby Kizis in an early round, who's a quality kid, wound up taking 3rd in the county in overtime. It was a great match, but he just never stopped wrestling.
And here Baney rides out Wade for the 7-6 win, a big surprise to a lot of people. And here Baney holds on to that leg.
I'll tell you what, he went upstate and he showed him why he was a true county champ, taking 2nd in the state.
Great job of holding on. Guy Leggio, nice job, Ralph DeBello, getting their county champ right there.
Don't forget Danny Harmer, and that's what it's all about right there. Trevor Baney went on to become a New York State runner-up.
With me now, Trevor Baney, 135-pound champ from East Islip. Trevor, congratulations on a great match.
Thank you.
I have one question I'm sure the fans out there want to know. Describe the last 10 to 15 seconds of the match when Mr. Wade from Islip was almost escaping from you.
Really extreme. I was extremely nervous. He's a really tough kid.
Did you think at one time there that he might have been able to get away from you?
Yes.
Well, it was a great crowd-pleasing match, and congratulations and best of luck up in Buffalo.
Thank you.
Suffolk Division I final at 141 pounds. Ryan Pachovich of Islip, 31-1, versus undefeated Greg Holmes of Longwood in one of the more anticipated matchups of the night.
You want to talk about balance. Pachovic, each and every one of them, just like his 2 brothers, just tremendous balance on the mat. Any position he gets in, he's almost guaranteed to not get taken down. Just an incredible job.
He's very aware all the time. He never puts himself in bad position, and he's a competitor, fierce, and he's just a battler. He does not like to lose.
He had to be a battler with those other 2 studs in that family.
Pachovich, only a sophomore, has now placed in the county tournament 4 times. Took 4th as a 7th grader.
That's scary, Andy.
And then finished 3rd each of the last 2 years. Greg Holmes, a tremendous wrestler from Longwood. He is now a 2-time county finalist. He is only a junior. Both of these kids will be returning next year, so hopefully Section 11's dominance at the state tournament can remain.
Excellent coaching on Islip's part. They knew Greg Holmes is exceptional on top. And in the 3rd period, with a lead, they chose to put Ryan up in the neutral position and not give Greg Holmes a chance to try to ride those really tough bars that he has on top.
And most of the action in this one came as Pachovich built up the early lead I believe 4-1 or 4-0 in the first period. And here Ryan wrestles with an 8-2 lead over Holmes of Longwood.
That's just a confidence factor. These kids have been wrestling year-round with Joey. They do a great job over there, and there really is no fear. They have a mission, and they're out there, and they're going to finish what they've started.
You know, great mat awareness there, but Ryan knew exactly where he was, knew the time was running out. Just a great job.
And Petrovich defeats Holmes 8-2 to win the Suffolk County title. And now he and both his brothers, Joe Jr. and Michael, all Suffolk County champs.
All state wrestlers as well.
And Ryan Petrovich also made it to the New York State Finals. New York State runner-up. Not too often do you see three brothers in the same family achieve all-state status. All have now reached the New York State Finals. You will hear from both Petrovich and Holmes again next year.
Greg Sarah with Ryan Patrick, the 140-pound champion here in the Suffolk County Division I Championships. And Ryan, you beat a real good wrestler in Gregory Holmes, along with the Division I, actually the League I champion. What did he do during the bout, or was it pretty simple? You won 8-2.
Yeah, I knew he was tough on top, and he had a good rush, and I just needed to defend those two things. I thought I was all right.
He's a very aggressive wrestler, Holmes, and it was something that I know that you are good at countering moves. Was that something that you had to employ?
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna get a lead and hold on to it, and I thought I'd be all right for the rest of the match.
Now, it's always a tough tournament here. This is your first county championship?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, to think about that. You've been out a long time. You're only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Now, you take the family tradition, you move on, you win another title, Michael, Joseph, and now Ryan. How does that feel?
Feels real good. And I, Mike and Joe and my whole family, my dad, all of them, been there for me and helped me out with my wrestling throughout the whole thing.
Well, good luck upstate. Maybe bring home a state championship at 140 pounds.
Yeah, I hope so.
Ryan Patrick, Islip High School, 140-pound champ, Division I.
And the Division I final at 145 pounds pits Shaheem Bradshaw of Huntington against Dan Petroro of Islip. Again, a League 5 final from last week is another rematch this week.
Again, great coached kids. You know, you have Joe Patrovic out there. He's got just a tremendous squad in Islip. And Lugiani, you know, he's every year, like Jandruski said, he's putting these kids out there prepared for the county tournament. They know that the real thing that they want is to get through the county tournament and to get upstate.
This kid Bradshaw, though, he's a power horse. He is he's relentless and is not afraid. They're not afraid to lose, which is what you want.
Very tough to score on. Both of these kids did a tremendous job. Their defense was outstanding in this match. And Bradshaw scores the only point of the match on an escape.
He just almost missed that takedown there, though. That line was just a little big toe out.
Watching Shaheem wrestle this year, it just seems that he will score just enough points to win the matches. If he has to score 10, he'll beat you 10-9. If he has to score only 1 to beat you 1-0, he does it. And that's just a credit to his, never getting out of stance, really wrestling well, and not making mistakes.
Yeah, and you can see, Coach, both wrestlers, they stay in real good position all the time. They're low, their hips are back, their heads are up, and it's hard to score on a guy like that.
Shaheem's also this is his third time as being an all-county kid. I believe he was in the finals last year.
That's correct. He lost to Johnny Cummings of Bayshore 4-2 last year.
Hometown, huh?
And Cummings went on to be second in the state.
It's a good quality loss, as they say.
Yep, there's some good ones.
Well, he seems like he learned from it. If you don't learn from a loss, it's not a quality loss.
And Coach Lugiani says that Shaheem Bradshaw, one of the nicest kids he's ever coached in 34 years at Huntington. Tremendous person, tremendous wrestler. And Shaheem Bradshaw wins the county title. Now watch this sportsmanship. This is great sportsmanship by both of these kids, and that's what it's all about. And Shaheem Bradshaw went on to become a New York State runner-up.
And he also, by the way, got the Sportsmanship Award for Section 11 in the New York State Tournament.
Nice
Tremendous
job, Shaheem.
accomplishment.
Nice smile right there.
Lugiani doesn't get too excited. He's been through this so many times in the past.
Kieran Mock gets excited for him.
With me, Huntington County champ Shaheem Bradshaw, 145-pound weight class. Shaheem, I know last year you came one match short by taking second. How does it feel this year to get your redemption?
A little bit better.
Only a little bit better?
Yeah, only a little. I wanted the states.
So now you're shooting for the states next week in Buffalo. That's your goal for the year?
That's the goal.
It's a nice lofty goal. One other thing I want to add with you is your victory by you overtaking the ISIP opponent has ensured you another county championship for your team, Huntington. How do you feel about that?
I feel it's a little repayment for the dual meet. I'm one of the big guys. They expected to win it, and I lost. So I just made up for my mistake.
Listen, you're a great wrestler. You've had some exciting bouts. Best of luck next week in Buffalo.
Thank you.
At Dowling College, we build success stories one student at a time.
I'm here for one thing. I'm here to achieve my goal in life.
The teachers are wonderful. They really know their stuff.
You're going to get the attention from the professor that you wouldn't get in an ordinary college.
They'll do everything they can to get you that job, get you that internship.
And I have one more year to go, and it's been a great experience.
I'll be ready to go out into the industry and, be successful.
Now's the time to build your success story. Call 1-800-DOWLING today.
The Friends of Long Island Wrestling is a not-for-profit organization that supports and showcases amateur wrestling at all levels. Our annual wrestling guide gives you the opportunity to read about the current stars and teams as well as the legendary coaches who still inspire. Also featured are bios of those inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, previews of local colleges, and human interest stories. If you are interested in helping us promote the great sport of wrestling, then join the Friends of Long Island Wrestling today.
And at 152 pounds in a Suffolk Division I final, Alton Lucas, defending Suffolk champ, takes on a junior from Bayshore, Nathan Valley.
Lucas is just unbelievable. I'd put him right up there with Jesse Jansen. He is smooth and slick.
Wow. Whoa, that is some statement.
I am amazed of his ability. He's just unbelievable.
Well, Vinny Ennis has had him wrestling just all year round. He wrestles on the national level. Alton's got the full package.
And Bobby, that's right. Alton Lucas wrestled over 130 matches in the off season. And, it's just hard work while you see these kids accomplish what they do.
But you can see it. There's total confidence, total control. Nothing phases him. He's great on his feet, and with that upper body strength, he's going to be a tough guy to beat.
There's no secret to being successful in wrestling. You just got to keep wrestling, and Alton definitely did it. And I know it's a struggle for most coaches in Suffolk County to try to get their kids to wrestle in the off season. And here it is. If you guys are watching out now, over 130 matches Alton Lucas has wrestled. He's now a two-time county champ and a state champion this year.
And Nathan Valley, the kid from Bayshore he's wrestling, had a tremendous season. He was 22-2. And he is an outstanding wrestler, and Alton Lucas just totally dominated him from start to finish.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be back next year. Nice inside trip by Alton.
And again, his football ability, matches what he does on the mat.
He's an outstanding wide receiver and defensive back for West Babylon, led them to the playoffs this year in football. And Alton Lucas wins his second county title. He went on to become West Babylon's first state champion since Joe Ladowski in 1977. Finishes the season at 43-2. Coach Vin Innes, great job.
Again, Jim Northern with the mat slap with Alton Lucas, two-time county champ, West Babylon, 152-pound weight class. Alton, I watched you last year. You were phenomenal, finishing second in states. This year, it looks like you've taken it up to another level. What do you account for that?
I worked hard in the off season. I went to Fargo, North Dakota, and I won Greco and placed second in freestyle in the nationals. So I've been working hard all summer, thanks to my coach Ennis from West Babylon.
You wrestle with Coach Ennis quite a bit in the room?
Yes, he kicks my butt, but I think I can take him next year after I come back from the States.
Looks like you're controlling all your opponents. Next week in Buffalo, do you feel that the same thing can happen for you next week?
I came into this tournament with a lot of confidence, so I'm going to go up there with the same. So, yeah, I'm headed for a state title.
Well, you're one of Suffolk County's best. Best of luck next weekend. Alton Lucas, county champ, West Babylon.
And at 160 pounds, the Suffolk Division I final, Anthony Rivera of Brentwood wrestles Charlie Parr of Huntington. Rivera, the 4th seed, had defeated defending county champion Rob Parker of Northport 10-2 in the semifinals to get to this point.
Anthony just had a tremendous tournament. He earned OW Most Outstanding Wrestler this year in this tournament, as well as Champion of Champions, which is voted by the other county champions. So he really did a great job. And if anybody knows Anthony, knows that he's a big ambassador of the sport. He loves wrestling, and he loves the camaraderie of the other teams and his own teammates, and he's a pleasure to coach.
And he's overcome a lot of adversity, not knowing his father. His mother died a couple of years ago, and yet the kid remains tremendously positive in everything that he does.
Great kid, and if you remember, Andy, I think that was my preseason pick.
Yes, you've been saying that, Paul.
He embraced wrestling and he used it as a means to make himself a better person. That was a real devastating. We thought he might have broke his arm right there. You know, we were a little heated over there, but that was after looking at it again, it was just a really mean, tough move by Charlie Parr. But I don't think it was illegal. It was just mean, tough wrestling, and that's what you got to be coaching. And Anthony goes right back at him.
Charlie Parr, tremendous competitor, great kid from Huntington. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. A lot of juniors and sophomores coming back next year in Section 11. And Anthony Rivera wins the county title 5-2.
You got to give Coach Knapp a lot of credit. I mean, Brentwood, they had so many guys in the finals. It was unbelievable.
Anthony went on and took 4th in New York State, which is a great accomplishment. He had real tough competition up there, and he rose to the occasion. We're really happy with Anthony's performance.
And Brentwood got 3 New York State place winners in Pepe Cabrera, Kenny Torres, a champion, and Anthony Rivera. First time since 1971 that Brentwood has 3 place winners in the States.
Jim Norland with the mat slap. I'm with Brentwood's 160-pound county champ, Anthony Rivera. Anthony, great match. How sweet is this victory for you tonight?
It's very sweet. It's an honorable, priceless possession. To me, this means the most. This win was more for my mother than anything else. I worked so hard over the years, and it finally all came together and came through.
I know you worked hard in this tournament. You had to overcome Rob Parker, state runner-up in the semifinal. How was that bout for you today?
It was a good bout. I mean, he was real tough. He's a fluky wrestler. He's real tough on top. I just tried to stay at my strong point, which was on my feet. And on the mat, I was just waiting for him to put his legs in, and when he did, I just tried to roll through and everything worked out to the best.
You had some great matches. Then, of course, you defeated the Huntington boy in the finals. A lot of people were very happy with the way you wrestled. I'm sure your coach, Ralph Napolitano, was. And, on behalf of Suffolk County, we'd like to wish you the best up in Buffalo. Speaking of Buffalo, how do you feel your chance are next week up there?
It's pretty good. I've been looking forward to it for the longest time, since 10th grade, since I first started. Had a lot of ups and downs in my life, and finally everything's coming together. So I'm going to have fun there and just wrestle how I wrestle.
Well, you've worked very hard for it, really. On behalf of Suffolk County, we'd like to wish you the best of luck.
And at 171 in the Division I final, John Barone and Mike Morales of Half Hollow Hills East. Barone and Green from William Floyd. We pick up the action with Barone ahead, 5-3 in the third period. Both of these kids juniors.
I tell you what, this was some battle. It had the crowd going. It was going back and forth. Nobody was going to be stopping wrestling out there, and they just let it all out.
I was real impressed with Mike Morales. I haven't had a chance, we didn't get a chance to see him this year, and he's extremely tough.
34-0 coming
Unbelievable.
into this match.
I was very, very impressed with him.
And Coach Magnani coaching him over there, doing a great job. He's been around a long time, too.
And Hills East really had a tremendous season this year. Finished 13-2 in their dual meets. Won the League 4 dual meet title. First time since '97 for Hills East. Tremendous job by their coaching staff. Angelo Zigarelli helps out Tom and Yanni there.
Oh, right here, they could have gone. He could have went out the back door, but nope. Barone holds on.
Yeah, it's good. He just locked up tight in the crotch there and then wraps around the head. And he actually had the arm trapped. Otherwise, he's not allowed to figure 4 from his feet. So that he's a real smart wrestler. He knows what he's doing. He's well coached.
And he now, as a junior, Barone is now also a 4-time Section 11 place winner. Tremendous accomplishment.
And John's brother Joel was a county champ as well for William Floyd, and I believe he took 4th in New York State.
Yeah, a lot of talent there. Both real good football players as well. Andy, I think he was definitely an all-county football player. Barone.
He went on to Brown University.
Morales almost had that takedown and couldn't quite get it. And John Barone wins the Section 11 title.
Whoa, nice
He's
throw,
getting
huh?
after it, I'll tell you what.
Look at that.
But Morales never quit. This was a tremendous match. And Barone went on to become a New York State runner-up.
Great job,
Great job by
Terry.
Barone, and another credit to the Floyd coaches. Coach Phelan, Coach Lake, Coach Mecca, nice job. 2 county champs in one night.
Greg Sarah with the 171-pound champion in Suffolk County's Division I, John Barone, following in the footsteps of his brother. And let me ask you a question. Has it always been a goal of yours to follow in your brother's footsteps?
It's always been a goal of mine to beat him. I've been trying to do better than him. That's been most of my inspiration.
Now you come away with a 5-3 win, a very tough match with Mike Morales of Half Hollow Hills East. Real tough.
Yeah, it's real tough, and to God be the glory, because I couldn't have done it by myself. I wasn't capable of doing it by myself.
Now he was really long, really tall. He had you up in the air a few times, couldn't finish the move. Did you have good balance? Is that why he couldn't finish the move, or you knew where you were on the mat at all times?
Yeah, a lot of it was my partner last year, Phil Archer, who went to the States. He helped me out so much with dealing with kids like that. 'Cause he is 6'3" too, and Morales is such a good kid. He got me in the air so easy. I couldn't do anything. I just held on to what I could.
Now let me ask you something. How would brother Joel feel about little brother John winning the county championship as a junior?
I just called him. He was more excited than I was.
Yeah, go ahead. He's all fired up.
He's doing regionals down in Florida, and he was so mad that he couldn't come and see it. Just good to talk to him afterwards.
Congratulations, 171-pound champion John Barone of Floyd.
And at 189 pounds, the Suffolk Division I final, Jack Sullivan of Huntington versus Jovan Belcher of West Babylon. Both juniors, both outstanding wrestlers.
Huntington again comes out with another one of their Blue Devils. It was some night for Lugiani and his guys.
And in this match, Jack Sullivan really dominated on his feet. Came away with the 7-2 decision here. And Sullivan
looks for a nice Grammy there.
Hey, you don't see that much at 189 pounders.
Excuse me, fellas. Last year, Sullivan had the big lead with about 15 seconds left and got pinned with 7 seconds left. And this year, he would not be denied, as Paul Jandruski would say.
That'd be the great Paul Jandruski, by the way.
Yeah, Sullivan, he's just a tough competitor. And, you know, coming from that Huntington background, he's going to make things happen.
They're, battling right here. Belcher's, also on his, great with his feet, on his feet, as well. I'm sure he's working out with Alton Lucas a lot. They're very good friends. And you can see as, going for the upper body.
And it's 5-1 Sullivan at this point, late in the third period.
Belcher did participate in the Beast of the East tournament, so he's used to wrestling some
yeah, that
tough...
was a nice little arm drag to a single and then cut back off to a double and gave him a good lift. Heck of a job there by Sullivan.
Sullivan's outstanding. We got a chance to watch him practice, and he's a bull, a workhorse.
And Sullivan only a junior, as is Belcher. 7-2 lead for Jack Sullivan now. 55 seconds left in the bout.
Yeah, Belcher's pushing it. He doesn't want to lose. Vinny's telling him, get after it. You got to score here. And Sullivan's going to have a good defense to stop him.
This could be another rematch next year.
Yeah, I'm sure that we're going to be trying to separate these guys next year because these guys are 2 quality guys.
Sullivan great defensively on his feet, and I think he really stepped it up a notch on his feet from last year, and I think that's why he won this year's county title.
Yeah, and you could see Belcher almost just giving up that single there. He knows the clock's ticking, time's running out.
Nice reshot there, too. That's a thing that you got to, really good coaching right there. Getting in trouble, reshooting on the line. Excellent job right there. Very smart.
He's looking for a throw, but time's going to run out.
Sullivan learned that lesson from last year. He's not going to be denied this year. And Jack Sullivan wins this match 7-2, and he took second in New York State. Probably should have won the match. Very controversial call.
Absolutely. I think he was the better wrestler, and he deserved to win that match and the state championship.
Congratulations to the Blue Devils.
Greg Sarah back on the Elite Sports Forum with Suffolk County's Division I champion at 189 pounds, Jack Sullivan. No, not the boxer, the football player / wrestler. And Jack, great season.
Oh, thanks a lot. I mean, it was a lot of hard work from everybody on our team, and we really lucked out. We put 6 guys in the finals, and so far we have three or four champions, so it was great.
Now let me ask you, what's it like to wrestle for the Dean of maybe high school wrestling throughout the country, Lou Gianni?
You know, it's great. I mean, you work hard every day, and you know it's going to pay off. And you know if you just listen to them, you'll succeed. And you just work hard, everything just falls into place. You know, no wasted effort. Just everything's towards your goal of a championship.
Now, Jack, it's been a great season in Huntington. You guys went to the Long Island Class 3 championship in football, and now you're a champion in wrestling. It must feel real good.
It feels real great, especially after last year. I lost in the last 10 seconds to Nick Augusta from Northport, and it was just my sophomore year. It was a rookie mistake, I guess, and I'm so glad to just have it off my back now. It's just total redemption for that this year.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Jack Sullivan, the 189-pound champion, Division I, Suffolk County, going to Buffalo.
We are the Long Island Institute of Professional Studies. As an affiliate of Brooklyn College, we are able to offer more than 20 graduate courses for teachers. We are approved by the New York State Education Department to offer courses to athletic coaches that meet